Welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to see how to write the efficient program. So those who are all interested, they can write the program. Okay? It's not at all a matter. Okay? So curiosity is too important to write any program. But to write the efficient program, or among all those people, how we can show our ability or how we are going to show our skill. Okay? That is our skill can be shown to others based on our efficient program. To write the efficient program, that is too important. So in this series of videos, I'm going to discuss how to write the efficient program. Okay. So whenever we are talking about the efficiency, we are calculate the efficiency in two ways. One is based on the memory space, another one is based on the time. Okay. So we are improve the efficiency of the program in these two ways. Okay, based on the memory usage or based on the time is needed to execute the program. Okay. So nowadays space complexity, it's not at all a problem. Okay, nowadays we are least bother about the space. Okay, maybe our system doesn't have a huge amount of memory space, we can use the cloud storage. That automatically we can moving with some other storage space. Okay, so space is not at all a matter. Okay, whenever we are writing program. Okay, and time. Okay, time is too important. Okay, that is we are going to utilize the CPU time. That is when we are utilize the minimum amount of time, the CPU is used by some other process or task. Okay. So in this series, we are going to reduce the execution time. Okay, we are going to reduce the execution time. Okay. So for that purpose, I am using the examples to check whether the given number is prime or not. Okay, we are going to check whether the given number is prime or not. Okay. So before write the program, there is a need to identify the problem in our program. There is a need to have a clear idea about our problem. Okay. So first thing we should know what is prime number. Okay. So prime number is a positive integer that is exactly divisible by 1 and itself. Okay. So a number can be exactly divisible by 1 and itself is known as prime number. Okay. So let's see few prime numbers. Okay. 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, 29. Okay, these are all prime numbers. Okay, okay, let's check 13. Okay. 13 can be divisible by 1, exactly divisible by 1, and also divisible by 13. Okay, apart from that, no number, that is 2 to 12. Okay, no number is divide 13 without remainder. Okay. They can't exactly divide 13. Okay, so that's why we can say 13 is a prime number. Okay, and also we come with some conclusion. Okay, when we see the example, okay, apart from 2 remaining or there is apart from 2 remaining prime numbers or odd numbers. Okay, so only 2 is the even number in prime number. So let's see how we are going to write the program. Okay, so okay, my first way of programming. Okay, I am going to repeat the steps. When n is 13, I am going to repeat the step 11 times. Okay, I am going to execute the for loop 11 times. Okay, so that is I am going to repeat the loop from 2 to 12. Okay, I'm going to repeat the loops 2 to 12. Okay, so I think so you know about these titles. Okay, I want to display in the output, that's why I'm using these two statement. Then I'm using two variable I and n. I for loop iteration variable, n for to check whether that whether the given number is prime or not. Okay, so n is the value to check the primality. Okay, n is the value to check the primality. Okay, so how we can find the number is exactly divisible by any specific number or not. Okay, that should be done by the modulus operation. modulus operation. Our modulus operator returns the remainder. Always it returns the remainder. Okay, so when it returns the remainder value as 0, okay, that time it's not a prime. Okay, for example, let's take value 6. Okay, so in this example 6 is not present. Okay, because 6 is an even number, so it's not a not at all a prime number. Okay, because 6 is exactly divisible by 2 and 3. Okay, so when I divide 6 by 2, okay, automatically it returns a remainder as 0. Okay, so when it's written, that is when it's written the value as 0, that number is exactly divisible by that number. Okay, that is 6 is exactly divisible by 2 and 3. So that's why 6 is not at all a prime number. Okay, let's take 15. Okay, 15 is odd number, but it's not a prime, because 15 is divisible by, exactly divisible by 3 and 5. Okay, so we are decide whether the number is divisible exactly by the value or not. That can be done through the modulus operator. Okay, that can be done through the modulus operator. Okay, it's always returns the remainder value. Okay, always return the remainder value. So I am going to check. Already in the definition we say a number can be divisible by itself and 1. Okay, that is called as prime. Okay, so that's why I am going to repeat the loop from 2 to n minus 1. Okay, 2 to n minus 1. Okay, so that's why I told when I take the value as 15, I am going to repeat from 2 to 14. Okay, 14 times I am going to repeat the loop. Okay, okay. So here when I check the number is divisible by any number, that time itself I am going to print the given number is not a prime and come out from the loop. The given number is not a prime and come out from the loop. Okay, when I give the value as prime, okay, and there is a need to execute this block of code from 2 to n minus 1 time. Okay, from 2 to n minus 1 time. Okay, so okay, maybe it's a prime number. Okay, when it's reached to n value, automatically we are quit from the for loop. Okay, automatically we are quit from the for loop. Okay, so if you are not familiar with, or you don't know the working principle of the for loop, okay, I'm going to add the for loop video in the description box. Okay, so just click on it and also know about the working principle of for loop. Okay, so it's terminate when I value reach to n. Okay, that's why here I am checking if I is greater than or equal to n. Okay, then say it's a prime. Okay, the given number is a prime. Okay, so when I execute this program, okay, to execute the program I am using the online compiler. Okay, that is coding ground website online compiler. Okay, that's why I told to you there is nowadays there is no need to bother about the space. Okay, we can do everything in online itself. There is, we can depends on the cloud storage. Okay, so nowadays we are giving importance to the CPU execution time only. Okay, so when I execute it, okay, here I am going to check 15 is prime or not. Okay. See the output here. So the title is shown here, and already I told 15 is not a prime because 15 can be exactly divisible by 3. Okay, exactly divisible by 3. Okay, let's check whether the loop is executed as we are executed or not. Okay, here I am going to add some extra line. Okay, that is, it's used to test our program. Okay, for other purpose only. Okay, it's not a part of our program. Okay, I am going to test whether it should be executed based on our view or not. Okay, okay, so I am going to type this statement that is currently the compiler executing the statement inside the for loop. Okay, that's why I am print the messages inside the for loop. Okay, so when the value is 2, okay, when it take n modulus 2, that is 15 modulus 2. Okay, when I divide by 2, it returns a remainder as 1. That time it shows, that time it's never execute the if block statement, that is true block statement. Automatically it's come out from the true block and also execute this statement as inside the for loop. Okay, print this statement and go back and increment the I value. Now I becomes 3. Okay, it check the condition, 3 is less than n 15, that is 15, condition is true. Then enter into inside the for loop and check the condition, 15 divided by, that is modulus by 3. Okay. When I divide it, it returns the remainder as 0. Okay. So when it returns the remainder as 0, automatically we are enter into the true block statement and also execute this statement. N is not a prime, that is 15 is not a prime, and we are using the break statement here. It's used to come out from our loop. Okay, it should be supported to us to come out from the loop. That time it doesn't execute this specific statement. Okay, and come out from the loop and check the condition. Current I value is greater than or equal to n, that is 3 is greater than or equal to n, that is 15, condition is false. So just it's move to the end of our program. Okay, it's going executed like that only. Let's execute and get the output. So first time, okay, when I value equal to 2, it gets a reminder. That's why it shows it's we are inside the for loop. Okay, when we can go with 3, that time it's not a prime and come out from the loop. Okay, and also it's come out from the loop. Okay, let's take another value 17. Okay, now execute the program. Okay, actually when we are take 17, it's going to repeat the loop from 2 to 16. Sorry, 2 to 16. Okay, so the loop is going to repeat this number of times, 15 times. Okay, it's going to execute it 15 times. Okay, let's check whether it's going like that or not. Yeah, just count how many times the loop is executed. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Okay, so anyway it's going to execute 15 times, then only it gives 17 is a prime. Okay, so anyway we are going to repeat the loop 15 times for 17. Okay, when the number is grown, okay, that is maybe we are trying to check the given number is prime or not after 1000. Okay, there is a need to execute the for loop that amount of time. Okay, that is n minus 2 times. Okay, so when the n value grows, okay, automatically it takes much time. Okay, automatically it takes much time. So there is a need to improve this algorithm. Okay, so how we are going to improve this algorithm? Okay, we will see it in the next video. And also that video link also added in the description box. Okay, just click on it and also view it. Thank you for watching my channel. Thank you so much.